Welcome to Citrix Tech Insights, where we provide an overview of Citrix technologies, features, and functions through detailed explanations and visual walkthroughs. In this Citrix Tech Insight video, the focus will be on daily administrative tasks where we'll leverage the Citrix Terraform provider. Terraform can not only be used for the initial deployment of your environment, but also for easier administration and compliance checks. For more information, please look at the corresponding guide at Citrix Tech Zone. Terraform stores all needed information about your infrastructure as code. It primarily maps the deployed resources to the infrastructure and keeps needed metadata. The state is stored by default in a local file named terraformed (tf state). Terraform uses the state to determine which changes must be made to your infrastructure and automatically refreshes the state with the existing infrastructure before any alterations are initiated. It is imperative to store the state on a safe and secure location. In this example, we use a Microsoft Azure storage container to safely store the state. Storing the state in the Azure storage container brings many benefits like encrypted storage and automated file locking. Be very careful with a locally saved state file as it might contain sensitive data like passwords, keys, etc. If you accidentally lose the state file, you must re-import your existing infrastructure using our onboarding script. We will show this process in the next section. You can leverage all benefits of Terraform also for an already existing infrastructure which was not deployed using Terraform and therefore no state file exists. Our onboarding script reads all needed configurations of your infrastructure and creates a complete infrastructure as code representation of it. The script works with Citrix DAS and Citrix virtual apps and desktops environments. The import process can be quite lengthy depending on the complexity of your environment. The onboarding process separates your infrastructure into single Terraform code files based on the different entities like hypervisor connections, machine catalogs, delivery groups, and so on. After the script finishes, you can use Terraform for all further administrative tasks. As mentioned earlier, we can use Terraform to support us in our daily administrative tasks. In this example, we use Terraform and its state for checking the infrastructure for unwanted changes, which are bearing potential problems like misconfigurations, security problems, or cost overruns. Here, Terraform checks the auto-scale setting of a particular delivery group. Auto-scale was initially enabled to reduce cost. Let's assume that somebody disables auto-scale. Running Terraform plan shows this configuration change immediately. You can remediate it through applying the initial configuration by running Terraform apply. After completion, the infrastructure again matches the original state again as desired by the architects and admins. Another important task is to check user-related entities for changes which might severely affect the user's ability to work in the most efficient and stable way. In this example, we use Terraform and its state for checking the deployed policies for unwanted changes. Changing the policy settings can, for example, decrease the stability of your environment like shown here. Someone has changed the printer driver policy from using universal printer driver usage to native printer driver usage. That bears stability risks. Terraform checks the policy settings and recognizes this change. You can immediately remit this change and force a rollback to the original state. In the previous examples, we showed the manually induced checks of the infrastructure. This is not the recommended way for continuous or recurring checks. The leading practice is to deploy automated checks by running our configuration drift script. For example, this script can be run by a scheduled task or another automation tool to scan for changes periodically. It can use webhooks to notify the administrators during a notice change. You can extend the script to automatically remit the changes. Please look at our daily administrative tasks related Tech Zone guide for more information and watch out for new notification functions. If you have enabled the configuration logging feature of Citrix DAS or Citrix virtual apps and desktops, you can leverage its reports to gain more insights about the changes. This extended version of the config drift script not only notifies you if changes are found, it also automatically retrieves the configuration logging report. You now can correlate the recognized changes in an entity to the configuration logging report to get detailed insights who commenced the changes. The script also can remediate any changes automatically or after giving consent. Adjust the parameters in the script according to your needs for easier follow-up. In the previous examples of leveraging Terraform, we showed different use cases for checking the infrastructure for unwanted changes. Now, we will use Terraform for necessary administrative tasks in different layers of our deployment. In this example, we will focus on the user layer and reconfigure the Citrix Workspace app. Of course, Citrix Enterprise Browser can also be configured using Terraform. You will notice that there are lots of different settings available. Right here, we set a configuration for hiding the connection center in Workspace app. In this example, we want to emphasize that you also can leverage Terraform for non-Citrix related entities. As long as a Terraform provider is available, you can manage any component in your environment using Terraform. Let's change the virtual machine size of the Azure-based Cloud Connector virtual machines. The size of the virtual machines are defined using a variable. Changing the variable to an other size forces Terraform to change the VM size without further manual intervention. In the daily administration of a Citrix environment, a very often needed task is to change a machine catalog's master image or master image version to a new one. Doing this manually needs some steps in Web Studio. The recommended and without no doubt easier way of managing the master images or master image versions of the machine catalogs in your environment is to leverage Terraform to automate this process. By simply changing the corresponding variable in the Terraform code and applying the change by running Terraform apply, you can deploy the new master image or the new master image version to its corresponding machine catalog. Please be aware that this is a quite lengthy process until the deployment is complete. Citrix Web Studio reflects this change after the redeployment immediately. The last demo shows the easy way of deploying and removing a complete entity by leveraging Terraform, the deployment and removal of an additional delivery group. We already have included all needed settings for creation of the new delivery group in the respective Terraform code, but these are currently uncommented, so Terraform did not initially deploy the delivery group. By simply removing the 2 comment code lines, Terraform will now create the delivery group in a few seconds. Compare that to the steps you would need for a manual creation using Web Studio. Decommissioning a whole entity is also very simple. Just uncomment all the respective entity code in your Terraform code, and Terraform will remove it. Please be aware that after giving your consent for removal, there is no way to stop it until removal is complete. To summarize, Terraform's flexibility and wide range of integrations make it a valuable tool for DevOps and infrastructure management. Using Terraform for daily administration tasks can help you achieve greater efficiency, consistency, and control over your infrastructure. Please visit our automation landing zone in Citrix Tech Zone for further information.